which Pittsburgh Steelers rookie could have an immediate impact in the first year in the black and gold.
Now, when you look at this most recent draft class that Colbert just pretty much gave us in his last year as GM, there's a ton of talent that could absolutely see a quick impact on the field for the Steelers. We're going to categorize it in terms of guys we think will see immediate time compared to guys that will probably just be depth pieces for at least their rookie year. Now, you guys already know the draft class. We'll go right over it, though. Of course, Kenny Pickett, George Pickens, DeMarvin Leal, Calvin Austin III, Connor Hayward, Mark Robinson, and Chris Olajuwon. Now, when you look at certain guys, Olajuwon, Robinson, Hayward, Leal, those guys will primarily play depth roles and see time on special teams primarily in their rookie years to get their feet wet. Compared to a Kenny Pickett, a George Pickens, or a Calvin Austin III, who I think will be the three main guys that will absolutely be
discussed, basically.
Discussed, but also called on more so rather than the other guys. Because Kenny Pickett obviously was the first pick in the first round at 20. The Pickett was in after his entire journey. It was a no-brainer for the Steelers. As soon as they seen that he was still on the clock, I mean, it was like, get him on the phone, get him back at Hines.
Oh, dude, the Steelers didn't waste any time. They knew exactly that he was their guy.
Oh, totally. So, and we all know the journey he's been through and how he's already playing the role as a leader. And honestly, I'm liking the pick more and more.
Of course. I mean, I always like Kenny Pickett and his talent, especially in his last year with the type of season he had.
So that's great by Pickett's part. We all know his journey. The main question is, when is he going to start? When is he going to see time on the field? Where is he going to be in the depth chart come after preseason? Is he going to be the week 1 starter? Is he going to beat out Trubisky and Mason? Or is he going to be the number 3 guy behind Trubisky and Mason in that order? I don't know. That's my speculation. I think he's going to be the number 3 guy, and maybe he sees time in his rookie year midway because of quarterback play or due to injury. I don't know. It would be great if he were the week 1 starter just because we would truly see how great of a pick Pickett already is in his rookie season alone. I think that's a great thing if he were to be a week 1 starter and beat out the competition in training camp at Latrobe.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I don't know if that's going to happen, though. I think they're going to sit Pickett for a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be his entire rookie year, but I think he's going to sit for a little bit in the depth chart. I could be wrong.
It could be very wrong, but I think it really depends on the circumstances of how Trubisky plays or if Rudolph's name's called specifically because of his knowledge and his experience with the Steelers, not because of his play style. It's specifically because of his history.
Right.
He's the most experienced quarterback on the team currently.
Yes.
So that's, a big, up for Mason right there. But whenever Pickett steps in, we're just going to have to wait and see when it comes to training camp battles and preseason and just who's the better quarterback come training camp.
Exactly. So I don't know exactly how soon Pickett will see time on the field. I don't think it's going to be as soon as many people are anticipating or hoping. I could be wrong, but that's just my speculation. But Pickett very well could have an impact on the field or even just on the sidelines as a leader, as a rookie, just sitting a little bit, or he could come onto the field and absolutely bring this team to a possible winning record under Tomlin.
I think either way, Pickett's definitely going to grow, whether that's on the sidelines or on the field immediately. Regardless, I think Pickett's definitely going to be an exceptional player for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, definitely. And he'll have an impact in some way no matter what his role is. That's just the guy Pickett is. That's the leader he is. That's the guy he will become down the road, hopefully.
That's who the Steelers are definitely hoping for and looking to potentially get.
Exactly. Now, we're going to talk about a guy that's definitely going to see time on the field a lot sooner than anybody probably is George Pickens, because we all know the receiving room was pretty bare before the draft with just Johnson and Claypool and Anthony Miller and guys like that. And now we added Pickens. We have Calvin Austin III. George Pickens, man, was, he was out all of his last year. Not all, but most of last year. And he came back for the playoffs and was a big part of why they won the national championship. Mm-hmm. It's crazy to think if he played last year, all of last year, where his stock would have been. I don't know if he would be a Steeler by now. That's the talent this guy has.
Yeah, that's so crazy. If he stayed healthy his whole year, who knows what type of season he would have had. He probably would have been a top 15 selection, honestly. He may have been the first receiver off the board. Who knows?
It's very possible because he has that potential. He showcased it in his previous years, and he's already coming with that Steeler mentality, that AFC North football that he's craving.
And his style of play at the wide receiver position is something that perfectly fits for what the Steelers are looking for when it comes to his height, his speed, his talent, his upside, and even his blocking ability, because he loves to block. He is not afraid to block, and the Steelers love to have those type of players. And I honestly think if he lives up to the hype and he reaches that ceiling with him as an NFL player for the Pittsburgh Steelers of all teams, I think he has the talent to be the next Michael Thomas. I think Pickett has that upside. I really do.
Well, Pickens is going to have to make an immediate impact because of the receiving room, and I'd imagine he's going to start opposite of Deontay Johnson, and we're going to push Claypool to the slot. With Pickens and his mismatch ability and the way he plays, you could absolutely just open the offense up a lot by moving Claypool to the slot.
Yeah.
And keeping Pickens outside, opposite of Johnson. And all those guys are going to benefit each other immensely, especially with a young quarterback now. And we all know what Najee can do in the backfield with an upgraded offensive line. It's getting me excited for this offense.
Yeah, and you still have Pat Frymuth there at tight end, who was an exceptional rookie last year. And you also got another great talent in Calvin Austin III out of Memphis, which his upside, to which, I've been hearing a lot of hype and a lot of promise from Calvin Austin, and I can see why.
See, and that's my player for the guy that's going to make the biggest impact.
Oh, so you're picking Calvin Austin?
Yes.
Well, I think I already know I picked George Pickens. But I'm curious to hear what you hear about Calvin.
My guy is Calvin Austin III because of his speed, because of his route running ability, because of the way Matt Canada utilized Ray McLeod last year. When Juju went down, we all anticipated Washington getting time, but actually it was McLeod getting a bulk of the snaps, a bulk of the targets, especially in the slot. Calvin Austin is the quintessential slot guy of the pre-snap motion and the end arounds this guy will do and the speed this guy possesses, which we have not had that speed in a long time.
No.
Since Mike Wallace, since
Martavis Bryant,
probably
really.
Martavis Bryant. We haven't had track star speed like that in a long time. Let me tell you, it's something this offense, this receiving core has lacked for the longest fucking time. I'm craving speed for this receiving core. We got it in that guy. And I think he's going to open a lot. It's going to force defenses to change their game plan because of the speed. And he's going to open a lot for the offense. Not just for himself because of the speed, but for the other targets like Pickens, like Deontay, like Muth, like Claypool, like Najee. This guy is going to open up a lot because of his dangerous speed, because of what he can do with the ball in his hands, also because of his route running ability. This guy is a gadget guy, but he's more than a gadget guy at the same time, if that makes any sense. This guy reminds me a lot of Rondale Moore with the Cardinals, and he made an immediate impact last year. Now, he wasn't really seen a lot more so statistically towards the later part of the year for the Cardinals last year, but I think Calvin Austin, just the way that Canada used McLeod, he's going to use Austin in the same way. And I see Austin seeing a lot of time on the field, similar to McLeod. And I think he's going to make the impact for this team.
I probably have to agree. Austin has that upside for sure. He won 2 straight years with over 1,000 receiving yards for Memphis, If anything, at the start, he can get his feet wet in special teams. He was a return specialist for Memphis, a really good one at that too. He is small, but the Steelers also like their small guys.
Well, he plays bigger than what he's
listed. I know he
does.
I really know he does, and he's extremely fast. He's got good hands, good route running ability. Both Austin and Pickens, I feel like for the receiving core with a young quarterback, that's kind of promising.
Yeah. I think for the long term, this receiving core could be very, very good if everything goes according to plan. Honestly, I think this receiving core can be very stacked, very, very promising, just because of how much speed and potential it has.
It's something that you would want to surround your young next possible franchise quarterback around, and a guy like Matt Canada, who last year was basically handcuffed for the most part with what he had to deal with. Now, the handcuffs are basically off at this point. He's literally got all the talent and the upside and the potential to really make this offense speedy and electric.
So he needs to get his creative juices flowing and start using the talent he has around him.
And properly, too.
Because that's the only thing that's holding this offense back is the coordinator. Can the coordinator open the playbook a little bit? Can he get his creative juices flowing and absolutely create spark with the weapons he has? So I think the two guys that are going to make the biggest impact for the Steelers in their rookie year is going to be either of the receivers, Pickens or Austin. Because receiving, the wide receiver core the last couple of years has been pretty questionable. There's been talent, undoubtedly. Just dependability and just the play on the field has been a little inconsistent.
Basically, it really has been.
And that's due to quarterback play. That's due to the receivers themselves. That's due to drops. That's due to all that type of stuff. That's due to the coordinator. That's due to where the receivers are just drawn up. You know, it's a mess in every aspect. But hopefully this year everything's more wide open, and then these receivers can just run free. And hopefully these rookie receivers can open a lot for the vet guys and vice versa.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And that's because of the mismatchability in Pickens, because of his hands, because of Calvin Austin's speed, because of
his versatility.
Because of his versatility, exactly. It's getting me excited. So those are the two of the guys I think will make the biggest impact for this team in their rookie year. Is one of the receivers, and it's going to open a level of dynamicness for this offense we haven't seen since, truthfully, the Killer Bee era.
And with both of our guys being wide receivers, I mean, it's no question why we chose receivers.
Because,
I mean, we could stay here all freaking day talking about the history of Pittsburgh Steelers wide receivers.
It's a long list, and
I do think that
it's endless.
I do think that these two guys will put their name in that list. I really do. Not trying to get my expectations too high because they are rookies, and we're going to have to wait to see what they do with training camp, preseason, and the regular season. But I think they have the utmost upside and talent for sure.
Right, especially with a young quarterback now, where that is Trubisky, where that is Pickett, and hopefully a more open coordinator. If everything goes as it should and we see a truly revival of this offense, it's exciting.
Yeah, because this offense is young and uprising for sure. It's just a matter of if they really get going.
Exactly. So, anyway, guys, that is the video. Let us know your guys' thoughts down below. Who do you think will be the biggest rookie, or which rookie do you think will have the biggest impact in their rookie year, man? Let us know your thoughts down below, and see you guys in the next one.
Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace!